So, a new manager at Old Trafford for Liverpool. There were changes for Kenny Dalglish's first team, particularly at full-back, while Sir Alex Ferguson went with his strongest available 11. 19 years then from when he stepped down as Liverpool manager, Dalglish was back. Commentary from Jim Beglin, and first, Clive Tilsley.
Manchester United versus Liverpool doesn't really need any subplots, but it's a very different story to the one we were expecting. How will it end? Ryan Giggs, who's seen one or two of these fixtures come and go, finding Javier Hernandez. And Jim Beglin alongside me made his FA Cup debut against Manchester United for Liverpool.
As intense as they get. Certainly the United side I played against, very, very physical too.
Berbatov. Oh, he went down, Agger caught him. Penalty! 31 seconds. Howard Webb had a long, long look in the direction of his assistant, Peter Kirkup, on the near side, before pointing to the spot.
Well, there's a touch, and then I think he delays, and then he goes down. Now, for me, there's a touch, but that's a dive, because he stepped away from Daniel Agger, and then Dimitar Berbatov has just gone to ground. There is minimal contact, and I think he's fooled the referee into thinking that was a definite penalty. It wasn't.
You want drama? We've got it immediately. Giggs scores! Manchester United lead in no time at all.
Well, I bet his heart's beating a little faster now from ambassador to manager. And it's the worst possible start for Kenny Dalglish. Pace has done the trick for Ryan Giggs, and the accuracy. Rain has guessed the right way. That's a pretty good effort.
Torres. Aurelio. Early cross. Just took a slight deflection. Torres didn't bring it instantly under his spell. Gerrard, though, to Maxi Rodriguez. Fired with some power and fended away rather nervously by Thomas Kuszczak.
Very good strike from Maxi. And Nani's going to have to do that, because he doesn't want to be giving Aurelio room to cross. He's got a very smart left peg, Aurelio, and he can certainly pick a pass and cross, because there was good power in it.
Rafael wanted it a bit more than Morelos.
I wondered as well how he was going to go in there, because he does go in a little feistily at times. Of course, if you've seen, you've got to be so careful. You know, any attempt to feet off the ground, a bit like Steven Gerrard there.
Now, what's Howard Webb going to make of that? Carrick in some distress. It was loose from Gerrard. To be kind to him. Howard Webb giving himself some thinking time.
See, any attempt to lunge, I mean, he's got to play the ball.
It's red. Oh. There's the reaction from the Liverpool bench. Steven Gerrard sent off. Referee's got to ask himself, is there a danger of the challenge injuring an opponent? And he decided there was. This is Evra. Giggs. Turned away from Morelos. Evra.
Well, this is a must-defend situation for Liverpool now.
Both Ferdinand and Evans are forward this time. Giggs. In towards Johnny Evans, hit the post and came out. Carrick had a shot, that was blocked by Cow. Nani. And that's way beyond Evans. And that's an escape for Liverpool.
Well, it's no longer zonal marking, it's man-for-man marking, but he just gets a run on this, Johnny Evans. Not picked up whatsoever. I mean, Agger's the one trying to get across in the end. Maxi, I think, is the one who's let him run. Very good header, and extremely unlucky not to make it 2-0 for Manchester United right in the stroke of half-time.
Giggs. Just trying to smuggle the ball to Hernandez. It's come out as far as Nani. Berbatov, instant control. Fletcher. And it's just wide from Hernandez. Well, he usually gobbles those chances up.
Well, Liverpool are obviously trying to retain a compactness now, and it's just leaving gaps down the side, and it's just an easy ball for Berbatov to give to Fletcher. Nani was never going to get it, he was ahead of it. Well, that's a great header again, another improvised one from Hernandez, and unlucky.
Anderson challenged by Shelby, and it'll come for Torres. Anderson got back and he fouled Fernando Torres, and Liverpool have a free kick in a promising position. Problem of Anderson's own making that.
Listen, Manchester United have only got themselves to blame here. It was just sloppy. There was no purpose in what they were trying to do. Shelby managed to nick it, the foul from Anderson on Torres, and you would think now this is ideal for Fabio Aurelio. This is his territory.
Which way will he try to go? Fabio Aurelio. Kujak forced to make a diving, sprawling save behind his wall. It's as close as they've come.
It's very good play all round. I mean, he's executed it perfectly, hasn't he, Aurelio? Anderson, Giggs. At the back of Shelby, it'll come for Berbatov. It's just wide. And a fortuitous break of the ball for Manchester United. Dimitar Berbatov just unable to capitalise. Wrong decision for me. I think he can take a touch and just go around Reina instead of trying to flick it in. And it does come off the goalkeeper, but I think if he takes a touch there, he can just tap it in with his left foot. It's towards Patrice Evra with the headed flick on. Evans trying to turn, goes down, forced away by Skirtle. 1 or 2 afters between them. Still going on. Raphael will find a way through to Giggs. Cooks into the far post, Reina, Raphael with a shot, Berbatov, somehow Reina again, Raphael, Reina yet again, and now Ryan Giggs, down he goes, told to get to his feet, and the hook shot in the end is by Patrice Evra. It really does mean something for Liverpool. I mean, I think this is great defending, whatever they're getting in the way, it's that they're all unsure. Reina a couple of times got good touches, again then he did extremely well. Is it a penalty? Ryan Giggs appeals to the referee, says no. And it's just like a scoop in the end from Everett, easily touched over.
Talking points aplenty at Old Trafford. Reaction from there next as Ryan Giggs' penalty keeps United on their perch. A big day for Dalglish and Liverpool at United. A big decision early on, put the home side in front. And another left the visitors down to 10, and the skipper facing an early bath. United win it 1-0.
Was it a penalty?
Well, Dimitar says it was definitely clipped, and I don't see any reason why he would have been down in that position because he's on the byline. I think it was maybe a silly challenge, you know, from the defender, but nonetheless, it's a penalty kick.
The two decisions are important factors in the game, but if you go into detail about them, I take away really the great commitment for the players here. I mean, it's difficult to come here and play at Manchester United, they're top of the league, they're a fantastic side. And when you get down to 10 men, you lose a goal the first minute. I think they showed fantastic courage, fantastic commitment, and I think they did that in conjunction with the fantastic support that they had here.
What have the American owners told you about the money that might be available now?
I've not spoken to anybody.
Not yet?
No,
Is it something you feel you're going to have to do though, Kenny, is sign some players now but in this transfer window?
If somebody come to me and say, Kenny, there's a squad of players that's here just now, would you fancy the job? By the way, they snatched their hands off. So I've not put anything up to them. We've hardly had a conversation. If there's somebody there that we need, then I'm sure they'll support that. But right at this particular moment in time, I would rather support the players that we have on our books because they're the most important ones.
Is this your biggest challenge?
No, not really. I remember playing a par 4, it was over water and out of bounds right and left. But it's a fantastic compliment to come here. It's a challenge, but then so's life. And there's no way in this world would I have insulted Liverpool Football Club and they'll come back and try and help them.
Well, we'll talk about him in a moment because clearly it is a challenge, even if it's not quite that par 4 with the water. But the game itself had plenty of talking points right from the off. Penalty, first minute?
No, I didn't think it was. I thought that Howard Webb was quite a distance away from the incident, I think, when we see it. And also, Daniel Agger gets himself between between exactly where Howard Webb is and Dimitar Berbatov, therefore making it very difficult for the referee to actually see whether or not there was any sort of touch. Look, there's the referee. He's got a shot at it there, but the incident doesn't happen for another couple of paces. So by this time, Agger's right in between Berbatov on the ball, and there's no way Howard Webb could have been 100% sure that there's enough contact there. He obviously assumes there is. Yes, Daniel Agger fishes a leg out. That's always very, very dangerous. But I think, you know, Berbatov, whether he feels something, he said he felt something afterwards, maximises the situation. Then it's up to Howard Webb. He gives a pen. I don't think it was. I think that the players hit the floor. And it was again, I think Howard's usually very, very good. He doesn't instantly make a call like that. I think he normally waits a split second. Good penalty from Ryan Giggs. The referee would always sort of analyse it and then make a call. And I just thought so early in the game, could he be 100% sure there was a touch there? No, I don't think he could. And therefore, by rights, shouldn't be really giving that.
Can he be 100% sure that it's a reckless challenge from Steven Gerrard that leads to his red card?
You know, this airborne and reckless, this has become the in-word for referees. This is the latest directive, if you like, that they've been given, where they are clamping down on. And again, not every airborne challenge is a reckless challenge. Now, this one is borderline, but it's with 1 foot. The referee's right in front of it, so he feels the intensity more than anything. You can actually see Steven Gerrard, look, yes, the other foot comes following through. There's momentum, of course there is, but he initially leads with the 1 foot. But because he sort of cocks his leg back and goes in quite hard and firm, I think Howard Webb, getting one shot at it, is within his rights to send him off. Personally, I thought it was a yellow card. Kenny Dalglish was waiting for Howard Webb at half-time, obviously wants to have a word about probably both situations there. Wants to just hear it from the referee exactly what he saw, because there were two game-changing moments, no question about that. From the moment Gerrard went off, then I'm afraid it was all changed.
And we've had, over the course of the 2 days, several of these incidents where two players come together.
Yeah. Well, look at this one. Now, this is a player pulling out of a challenge. Now, if Raul Morales does that too often, he'll get criticised from his teammates. Kenny Dalglish will be into his ribs, and every fan will say, you don't want our players pulling out a challenge. Check Tiote yesterday. Stevenage Newcastle gets a red card for this. Now, he's airborne. Hold on, I don't think that's reckless. Watch it there. He hooks his leg around the ball. Now, not, as I said, Matt, not every single challenge when a player leaves the ground is reckless. You've got two players here, Jamie Mackie and Gail Give, QPR Blackburn. Now, that looks like a very honest attempt between two players. There's no studs up. And poor Jamie Mackie, Gail Give's hurt. Both players leave the field. Jamie Mackie ends up with a double fracture. Hopefully he'll be back very soon. But it's not a perfect science, this tackling. You've got two guys there that have gone into a situation with no studs up, no boots up. One's end up with a double fracture. You get other scenarios where Tiote leaves the ground, gets the ball, gets a red card. Gerrard gets a red today. It's a very, very competitive business, but I do think that referees have become like zero tolerance on this particular scenario now. And if they do it every game, you're going to end up with 9v8 more often than not.
Now, word on Dalglish, who said the right things post-match. What is the challenge for him, do you think?
The biggest challenge for Kenny Dalglish is to get the centre forward playing. If there's anything he can tap into there, if he can just somehow, whatever it is, just get Fernando Torres playing, because he's not. At times, Liverpool have been playing with 10 when he's playing. Honestly, he's been so poor, and he's so good. That's the frustrating part, but he just can't seem to get it going. The biggest challenge for Kenny Dalglish, he's got the fans, everyone behind him. He's got most of the squad absolutely with him. If he can tap into the centre forward and get him going a wee bit, then half his job will be done.